So I was broadcasting girls basketball game, and third quarter, we'll fast forward to the third quarter. And at this point, the game was getting out of control as far as the crowd was concerned because the refs weren't really calling any fouls. They weren't really officiating the game the way they were supposed to. And so what happens is, in my 23 years of experience, is that when you don't officiate the game the way you're supposed to, that's when the crowd will try to do it for you. And so in this particular instance, the crowd started becoming armchair officials, and it just started getting a little more rowdy and up to the point where all of a sudden people started walking onto the court and walking across the court to the other side without being stopped. And so the game was stopped about midway through the third quarter. Both teams' parents were asked to leave the building. And then about 10 minutes or so after that, the police come and they ask me to leave. Now, I'm sitting in the top row of the bleachers with my equipment, with my microphone, and with hundreds of dollars of equipment. And as a 54-year-old guy that doesn't move around the way I used to, I am of no threat to anybody as far as disrupting a game or anything like that. But yet and still, police, especially this one police officer in particular, not so nicely asked me to leave. Now, if this was my pre-Christian days, this might have had a different ending to it. But, lo and behold, by the grace of God, I went ahead and I left. And so I tell you that to say that this is where faith versus flesh kicks in. And now, almost a month later, there's parts of my flesh that still want to go after the people that were responsible for this debacle in the first place. First and foremost, the two referees that were on the floor, and then the administration, and then the police. My flesh wants to clap back at all of them. My flesh wants their names, wants to know whatever information I can get, and then put them on full blast for anybody to hear that will listen. To this day, almost a month later, to this day, my flesh wants to do that. My flesh wants to get back at them for something that I had no control over. I was simply there, like I said, as I've been doing for 23 years, just doing my job in broadcasting a game.